Thank you, OCU Athletics. What an honor it really is to be here. This is fantastic. I got to tell you, when Jim gave me a call and shared the good news with me, I just go, Jim, are you sure you have the right Tim? What are you calling me for, you know? I mean, I've been to the last 3 events. You had Joe Castiglione 3 years back, one of the leading athletic directors in the United States. Besides yourself, I mean, only 42 national championships in 14 years. You're kind of slacking. I don't know. Averaging 3 a year, unbelievable. So you had him. Next, what was Billy Tubbs, I think, the year after that? If I'm correct, I mean, he's a Sooner legend. Funny guy, too, on top of everything else he is. And then you kind of, last year Scott Burplane, is that correct? Yeah. One of the top golfers in the state of Oklahoma. And I'm thinking, well, where do I fit in all this? I don't quite get this. And then I started scouring my head, and I thought, maybe they figured out this decade of dominance I've had on my high school buddies. These real technical sports like cornhole, shuffleboard, what's the other one? Cornhole, shuffle, shove, croquet. I've been killing them croquet. I mean, it's been ugly for them. You can talk to a couple of them where are you? See, he's shaking his head. Yes, he's acknowledging. It's been ugly for him. But then I thought, well, maybe that's probably not it. Then I thought, well, wait a minute. I did take this college course in school, bowling in college course. I walked in there like 130 something average. I walked out of there with 175 average. So this might be my moment to be recognized for that. Well, my dad was proud of the fact that I took bowling in college. Which your dad? Yeah, it's good use of his hard-earned money there. But yeah, good news, I did get an A, so that was the plus. So anyway, that's right. I got some notes there. I'm going to have to remove this because I got to put it on. So put it down here. I don't trust myself. I don't go like that, so I want to make sure I don't do that and remove that. But in all seriousness, I did ask Jim, all right, Jim, why me? And his comment was, you seem pretty determined to make a difference in the lives of kids through sports. I thought about that and I said, you know what? You got me there. You got me there. I truly do believe every child ought to have the chance to play and experience the thrill of the game, whatever that game is. I believe kids deserve the chance to be a part and belong to something bigger than themselves, something they can learn from, something they can grow from. Believe that to build their self-confidence and believe there's nothing they can't do. I believe that participation in sports can help put more Oklahoma City children on a better path. Our city needs these students and these student athletes to be successful. So yes, Jim, I do feel pretty determined to give underserved kids an opportunity to experience the power of sports and all the life lessons that go along with that. I have to give a couple thank yous. For one, for those who know my parents, Gene and Dave McLaughlin, who are sitting right over here, I'm very blessed to have been born into this family. One that encourages, advocates, supports for all the children to have opportunities to experience life to its fullest. I hit the jackpot early in life, getting those two as parents. So, our family values. Our family values are carried out in our work with our mission with our McLaughlin Family Foundation. I'm very proud of what we've accomplished with that foundation, and my parents, of course, thought that was good insight and set that whole thing up to do some things, or to do some very good things going forward. So we're just getting warmed up with that too, so having lots of fun there. I was also raised knowing if you can commit to something, if you work hard, you treat others fairly and with respect, great things can happen. And honestly, my parents are the models of what is possible and what is good in this world. Thank you, Mom and Dad. You guys are amazing. And then I was blessed, I kept it rolling here, then I was blessed to marry a wonderful woman who believes in the same values and the same beliefs that I have. And she is a fierce champion of children who will move mountains to make sure that children get their fair shake in life. It's been a great 23 years. Love you, Abby. There's a lot of ways sports has defined our family culture. As a lot of you know, soccer is the language we speak around our house. I barely remember a time in our life when we weren't at some game somewhere with one of our 4 children. I actually have 2 of them here tonight. My oldest, Matthew McLaughlin, He's a sophomore at University of Oklahoma. Just turned 21. There's some good stories there. And I have my baby here, my daughter Libby, that is just turned 16. Got a car, got a boyfriend. We're not here to talk about my issues. Sure, Libby, would you like to talk about this? You're welcome. Boyfriend, really? I say all this to say we understand the power of sports. We witness it with our own family. Motivates kids to go to school, make the grades, stay on the team, to be accountable to others, to learn how to win and to learn how to lose, to learn how to work together despite whatever differences there are on those teams. It all adds up to putting kids on a better path to graduation and to a successful life beyond school. I realize I'm preaching to the choir. Obviously, this room gets this. So, having all these experiences, I'm going to fast forward a little bit. When Liz and I met Keith Sinar, who's the director of the Oklahoma City Public Schools in 2011, I believe, Keith, we were shocked to see the conditions of the Oklahoma City athletic fields. Keith shared with us some of the challenges facing the district at that time, and the vision to grow sports and to put more kids on a better path. Keith kind of taught us the fact that Oklahoma City Public Schools is the largest school district in the state at 46,000 kids. He said, and most of those kids are from predominantly high poverty neighborhoods. Compared, also that there was a low participation level in athletics within the Oklahoma City School District. The current participation on it is around a 30, tracking right in that 30, below 30%. On a national average, it's a 55% for a public school in participation in athletics. So if you can take your largest school district and move that 30 closer to 55, what you're talking about, there's 3,500 more kids that should be a part of the team and get the benefits of being on a part of the team. So then you compound that with the fact that the coaching turnover at that time was a 35% turnover. I didn't hear a coaching turnover issue like that here when you're going 35 years, 30 years on down the line. It'd be tough to run any kind of organization with that type of turnover. So, and the biggest part of that is the stability. These kids that they're working need stability. So this just compounds the problem of this ever-changing coaching circle he was on. But it's truly hard to describe. And then, honestly, I almost forgot one thing here. He had 6 of the 44 fields that Todd mentioned were playable. 6 of the 44 playable. It's crazy, isn't it? So, but it really wasn't, it's truly hard to describe honestly what they look like. And I can tell you that our horse pasture was in better shape than most of those fields that we witnessed that day. So, with all that said, the question became, if we build it, will they come? What happens? What happens if we rebuild these athletic fields? Can sports help kids perform better in the classroom? Will participation grow? How can we use these classes, or use these fields as outdoor classrooms to teach life lessons? And what can we change trajectories on children's lives by doing this? So what if, so the big, synopsis became, what if we could get 3,500 more kids, additional students on a team, part of something that would open their eyes to a bigger world of opportunity? That became the mission. That could be massive impact. So that became the goal. That's what we started working on. So then I asked Keith, all right, Keith, you want to get all this done? Who you got helping you getting this done? He says, well, I have this assistant athletic director, and I have these very 2 capable young ladies in the office. Kind of looked at him and waiting for him to keep going on and on and on. His word stopped right there. I thought, wow. All right, I got an idea. Keith, can I nominate myself as the head of your booster club? He kind of looked at me and kind of, okay. He gave me a funny look. And he didn't object, and I didn't object because I was the only other guy in the room. So that's how Fields and Futures was born at that moment. So I want to help this guy out and get done what he wants to get done, because it matters. So this is good news. So the help and support of the district and lots of caring partners, donors, and supporters, I'm happy to say we've just completed our 20th athletic field at Star Spencer High School. It is our 7th school campus that we've completed to date, since our first rebuild at Jefferson Middle School back in 2012. We look at it and we kind of talk about it. We're at halftime currently. As I mentioned, 20 fields completed. around 20 more to go. Momentum is building. We're getting smarter. We've got a long ways to go. Southeast High School is next. We're currently working to get that set up. But we're pretty excited. We've just kind of added a little muscle to our fundraising group. We've partnered recently with the Cal Ripken Senior Foundation. So we're very excited about that. What they do, we kind of do a micro just in Oklahoma City. They do a macro across the country. They've rebuilt 70+ fields and complexes across the country, and I think 18 different states. So we're thrilled to bring them to Oklahoma, and our intent is to keep them here as long as we can until we finish the project. So thrilled to be working with them. But bottom line, this is working. Across the districts, rosters are growing, campuses are getting their swagger back, schools are having home games for the first time in decades, coaches are staying, the turnover rate is now down below 20%, and we haven't been everywhere. Is that correct? Yeah. Good. I'm getting a nod from Keith. Luckily my stats were right. Bands are forming. So here's the other part. They start snowballing. It's fantastic. So not only the roster's growing, but the bands are growing. The pep clubs are growing. The cheerleading programs are growing. The community is coming back. On our last complex, the 6th complex, which was Roosevelt Middle School, they hosted their first playoff, or it's not a playoff game, it was their first home game in decades. They had 250 people come out and root those kids out for the first time in decades. This is fantastic. I don't know what water this is, but I'm going to take a sip of this. It's not water. I'm just kidding, it really is water. I was hoping it was something else, I guess. But seriously, here's the best of all. This is what really matters. The recent statistics provided by the school district to support the belief, if they play, they stay, if they stay, they graduate, as Todd alluded to earlier. And they separated these statistics by student athletes versus non-student athletes. Days in school for a student athlete, 12 more days than a non-student athlete. Almost 2 weeks more in school, more than 2 weeks in school. That makes a difference. Graduation rates for a senior classes last year, if you're a student athlete in Oklahoma City School District, 99%. If you're a non-student athlete, 81%. It's almost going to be sad to think of this. Can you imagine the uphill battle for those kids that don't graduate Oklahoma City schools? It's not good for them. So we got to keep them in school. But even better, we're seeing the benefits at the freshman level. GPAs, freshman student athletes in Oklahoma City schools. If you're a student athlete, 2.8. If you're a non-student athlete, 2.31. Improves the odds you're going to stay in school and graduate, doesn't it? So my point is, it's all working. So needless to say, we're thrilled and excited about where we're heading here. These type of results give us the drive to do it to go as fast and as furious as we can and get this thing started and get this thing finished. But the plan is working. So now I'm going to switch gears just a tad bit here. As a family, we've always enjoyed soccer. We're so thrilled to see what's the explosion of soccer in the United States. Our desire to see soccer grow in Oklahoma was realized by getting partnered with Bob Funk Jr. and the Oklahoma City Energy FC. It was a perfect storm of opportunity to grow the game and bring in a high level of professional soccer to the market, something for more kids to aspire to be a part of. Soccer also allows us to celebrate the growing diversity of our city through the game of soccer. It's known as the world's game for a reason. One of my favorite things that we do at our energy games, Bob and I will sit out at the exits and shake our fans' hands and thank them for coming to the match. And I just kind of keep a little running toll of kind of what kind of diversity are we having here at these matches. And I get the biggest kick when I look at it and think, I bet you that guy didn't think he'd be sitting by that guy, and that guy sitting by that girl, and that girl sitting by that guy. And they're all sitting there rooting for their city's team. I mean, soccer is a powerful, unifying sport. So I love that aspect of what soccer can do for our city as our city continues to diversify at big rates. Also, soccer can be used as a great platform to engage the community while supporting our Fields of Futures mission. Energy FC players, coaches, and our staff, our community team staff, has done over 150 community events this last year, promoting free camps, free clinics, just getting out and working with the community community and speaking with these kids to inspire them to do the right thing, make the right choices, work hard in school, do those type of things. I'm proud to say that $2 of every ticket, every sold ticket, goes to Fields of Futures, which helps maintain all the fields that we have built to date. And Bob, I want to thank you first for being an awesome partner with the energy, and secondly, thank you for believing in the Fields of Futures mission. And here's a really cool thing we get to do this Saturday. At Energy's first home match this season, we're excited to get to honor OCU's own Coach Brian Harvey. Coach Brian, I see you sit right on that back floor. It's funny how you always position yourself to the back door. Yeah, that's years of experience right there, isn't it? But you have laid a soccer foundation in Oklahoma City for the last 30 years that the rest of us get to build upon. We stand on your shoulders, Coach. I'm truly excited to get to have you get to honor you at halftime at the match this weekend. So think about this. Talk about the thousands of lives that one coach has impacted over the years for men's and women's. So that's a legend back there. We're lucky to have him. Good news, I'm on page 10. I only got 2 to go. All right, this is what I've been kind of looking forward to. So bring this all to home. I really enjoyed seeing all the OCU athletes up on stage with their coaches. I don't feel it would be right to accept this award without recognizing the great team that I get to work with. So it takes great teams to accomplish great things. So Jim, you brought your team on stage earlier, so I'd like to read mine. I'll make this quick. So, you got me up here, you get to come. Doc, Mandy, Marshall, Jill, would you please come up here? Tommy and Donnie, they also want you to join me too. Tommy and Donnie on Cimarron Construction, they do all of our building, and they do it all at cost. Thank you, Tommy and Donnie. Couldn't do this without you. And Keith, would you please come join us too? This is your team also. Love to have you. That's really fun. I've been, had to be up here. They got to come up here with me. But this team is helping to bring the vision to life. They really are doing the heavy lifting. It is a real honor to work with them every day. And I'm proud to have you up here. Really am. But Liz and I and Fields and Futures team, we will not be happy until every Oklahoma City athletic field is suburban quality or better, until we have finished funding a fully endowed endowment that will maintain these fields for decades to come. Our end game for the Oklahoma City students who want to play sports is we want them to have that opportunity to play sports. We want them to experience the power of sports and all it has to offer. And I know the people in this room understand what that's all about. Thank you for this very prestigious honor. Thank you so much.